What's going on, you guys? It's your host, Galadon, and today we're talking about a potential new type of card coming to Clash Royale based upon a post to Reddit from Aztec Rex. Now, this guy has somehow data mined some information out of some of the Clash Royale files. I don't have any idea how this stuff works, but it looks like there's the potential that there's something in these files that has to do with an Archer Queen and heroes. So this is my own rendition of what an Archer Queen might look like, and maybe there would be a new type of card. You notice it's not a legendary, it's a hero card, and it's a tough call. It seems like it would be a very, very difficult card to make simply because it would be so hard to balance it, to make it useful without being overpowered. But let me take a look at some of the post images that we see here. This is on the left-hand side. It says Archer Queen Attack. Now, there's some other files on here, and these are like sounds, wave files, but Archer Queen Attack, I mean, that's in a Clash Royale file. I don't know, again, I don't know the technical details. You guys are welcome to discuss this in the comments down below on Reddit, whatever. I will post the Reddit link as well and let people discuss it over there. I'll show a couple other images on the left, and they repeatedly refer to either the Archer Queen or heroes. So the idea that our heroes, plural, coming to Royale would kind of make sense. I mean, again, you're talking about that crossover between Clash of Clans and Clash Royale that we've seen since the beginning of Royale. And you've got the Archer Queen, Barb King, and of course the Grand Warden. They make sense. It could foreseeably happen in the game. But again, it comes down to how do you balance a card like this? How does a card like this not become super overpowering? Does it take up 2 card slots in your deck? Does it use a special amount of elixir? Like maybe it requires a certain amount of elixir to deploy, and then it consumes elixir while it's on the battlefield. I mean, you know, there's always these outside of the box ways of thinking that the Clash Royale team has. So you never know. I would love that idea. In fact, I just thought of that on the fly. Honestly, I'd never thought about the idea of a card that consumes elixir while on the battlefield. The opposite of an elixir pump, it would be an elixir drain, and the longer that it survived, it would continue to cost elixir, and that would be a trade-off that would hopefully bring into balance a card that was potentially so very strong. If you think about the Archer Queen, she is going to be a princess on steroids. Maybe her range is a little bit shorter, but everything else probably pretty similar. Maybe you think of a mixture between a princess and an actual X-bow. She's got an X-bow, a crossbow in her arms, so maybe it would be a blend of those two things that would make up the Archer Queen. Now, the Barbarian King. Is he like a royal giant or an elite barbarian, or is he an elite royal barbarian giant king, or an elite giant royal barbarian king? Anyway, I don't see him being ranged. I see him having a massive amount of melee strength. Maybe he's really slow and just one-shots everything in his path. Again, potentially very, very cool, but also potentially overpowered. And how is he going to be different than a P.E.K.K.A., let's say? You can't just make another unit, reskin a P.E.K.K.A. and call it a Barbarian King. People are not going to like that. He's going to have something different. Maybe they have abilities. Obviously, here in the Archer Queen's card, I said that she didn't have her Royal Cloak. What if all of these heroes do have their abilities, and those cost additional elixir to deploy once the unit is out on the battlefield? Let's say the Archer Queen is 8 elixir to deploy, and her Royal Cloak is another 3 elixir, or 4 or 5 elixir. And maybe that would bring it into balance if the card itself, the hero itself, were not that powerful without its special ability. So the King, he would have his Iron Fist. There goes my Hog Rider to the King's Tower. Thanks a lot, proud noob. And then, of course, you've got the Grand Warden and his Eternal Tome, which could be super overpowering. Imagine an ability that would give all of your units that are within his range invincibility. That seems like there's almost no way to correctly balance that one. So is this a real thing? Is it erroneous information? You never know, you guys, and that's the thing. I'm here to conjecture about it and to discuss it, not to confirm it. I will never say confirmed or anything like that until we're absolutely certain that it's coming to the game that Supercell has said it is. And at this point, it's just one of those things that's shown up on Reddit where it looks like it could be a potential, but then again, like we've talked about before, there's been tons of things that the Royale team has put together and then not implemented. We know that they tried the 3-bridge challenge and they played it, and they decided not to use it. Obviously, now we've seen the trap. We saw the elixir monster. We don't know if that's real or not, but I actually can tell you that looks a lot like the elixir monster that I saw in Finland, the one that they discussed about in Radio Royale that was killed. So it's really kind of a tough call as a YouTuber, as a content creator. Do you ignore these leaks, these bits and pieces of information? What if they end up being true and you didn't tell your viewers about them? Then maybe they think, oh, you don't have the best, newest, most upfront information. But also you run the risk of, if you talk about this stuff and it ends up being bogus or it doesn't come true, then you don't want to mislead. So that's why I kind of put this the way I did. I want to talk about the idea because it is exciting either way, and that's probably why maybe this has been considered, because you know that players want this. Especially probably lower level, newer players. Let's just say the top level players don't want to see cards that are potentially going to unbalance the game or to just destroy the game. Well, maybe like you see the uprising against the Royal Giant and Elite Barbarians. Players are not happy with those cards, and maybe they won't be until they're used about as often as the Expo is right now. Anyway, that's it, you guys. I would love to hear your discussion down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see this? Do you think it's real? Is it fake? Let me know. You guys are the best, though. Hashtag GalaFam, thank you for being here. Have a great day. Come back tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, first hero card confirmed. It's paid to $17.